too long ago.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode, another edition of the Mack Brothers podcast. We've returned from a long hiatus, and in the meantime, I've grown a beard. I think everyone knows I grew a beard already. John, how are you? Hey, how are you, kid?
I'm doing all right. It turns out I had COVID.
Oh, my Lord.
That's the first time I've ever had it.
Talking about the big hoax that everyone's been talking about the past 3 years.
Mm.
As far as I'm concerned, it's a hoax.
Well, it hurt for like 2 days real bad.
Yeah, it was fake. You didn't actually feel that.
It was
That wasn't real.
So I think conspiracy theory.
Okay, go ahead.
I think that I had it before, and I think I had it before when no one knew what it was.
Do you think you were like the original carrier?
No, but do you remember when everyone had the super flu?
Yeah, you said it was COVID. Yeah.
November and December of 2019, before anybody knew what COVID really was.
Yeah, you think you had it.
Or before they knew that it was in America. And I was sick as a dog. I got tested for the flu at an urgent care, and they said, "No, you don't have the flu. We don't know what you have." So they gave me what you would prescribe to someone with the flu. And that was my regimen. And this was the same exact feeling as that. I haven't been sick. I don't get sick a lot, and I haven't been sick like that since the last time. And it was the same exact thing. The fever was bad, but the chills were the worst thing in the world. I was freezing.
It's all fake. It's all a big hoax. That didn't actually. You weren't cold. You're a liar. You weren't cold. You had the air conditioner turned on and the window open in the winter. That's what happened.
Yeah, probably.
You said that was the worst part for you. That was the chills.
Yeah, it sucked. What was I gonna say? I do get it, and I got better a lot quicker, and I think it was because of the vaccine.
You mean that poison shot that they're injecting millions of Americans with that's rotting you from the inside out?
Yeah.
It's killed millions already?
It's like already changed my DNA.
I bet you're getting 5G much better now.
My internet's slower than ever.
Oh, yeah. Figures.
My upload speed's slow.
Yeah, but that's because fucking I would be so pissed. I'd be calling them every day. You better fix my upload speed. This is what I pay for. I would be doing that every day. I'd be doing it every hour. Just you watch. So listen, everyone, we're back. It's been a little bit, but in case you weren't aware, we have a brand new song that just came out called "Faith in Vain." As you could tell, John's got his moves back. COVID's not fake; it's real, and John actually did have it. Welcome to the Mack Brothers podcast. If you're just tuning in, if you just changed the radio station and you're just tuning in, I just made a big special announcement that we just put out a new song, "Faith in Vain," and you should go listen to it. It's everywhere.
Really good.
And it'll give you good feelings inside your tummy.
We wrote it we gave ourselves, I think, a week and a half to write and record the song.
Yes, it was a very quick process.
Scratch at the end of November. Well, not the end of November, like mid-November, we completely from scratch wrote a Christmas song. And it was almost like it was kind of like a test to see how fast we can do it. And we also knew we wanted it out on Black Friday. So we put pressure on ourselves and we got it done. And I think it's pretty good. I think it's
just like that Queen song.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
What is it? No, that song, so much pressure. I
No,
feel
no,
it
it's
all on me.
all this pressure. It's called
All this pressure.
all this pressure.
That's right. So when me and John were writing Faith in Vain, we really wanted it to be a social commentary on what
Opioids.
different societies like to view the world as. And we actually already won 15 awards for it, so we're very grateful. We're very grateful. They actually, a company sent us in an award for the song back in October. It didn't even exist yet. We got an award for the
They
song.
just knew that it was
So
going to be great.
yeah, they knew and they predicted what it was going to be called too. So it's really good. It was really worthwhile. There's something else. There's something else that's going on that I've been meaning to bring up on the podcast, but we didn't have one last week. So in a series of life events, John, over the course of time, has been helping me out a lot, and it all comes from one main thing in life, and that's he's watching Mad Men again. So he basically changed my life. I already saw Mad Men years ago. And John started rewatching it, and as soon as I fall in tough times, I call my brother. It's the first thing I do. That's the first thing anyone should do is they should call John if they're having problems. So so um he gives me three Mad Men quotes. So it fixed me, and I'm all better, and everything's good now. And I started watching Mad Men again too. So I think everyone else should. It's such an incredible show, and it is incredible just how sexist men used to be.
Yeah, it's disgusting. But I've never been more level-headed in my life, and it's
I
all
think you just
because
see. Yes,
no, it's just all because of Don.
I think you just see all the shit that he goes through and puts himself through all the time, and you're like, life could be, like I want to be Don Draper for reasons, but then I'm like, I don't want to be Don Draper.
Well,
I don't want this guy's life. He's
I
he's he's
just,
crazy.
I mean, being handsome and successful is just a nice thing. You don't have to be Don Draper, but like handsome and successful is three-fourths of Don Draper. The rest of it is like obviously he's like smooth or whatever, but
See, I like to think of myself as very successful in maybe like a medieval sense.
I had a great line that I thought in my head as an insult to somebody,
And what was
and
what was it?
it was most people think they're Don Draper in their own story, but most of them are actually PCAM.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot just how much of a swarmy little shit Pete Campbell was.
Yeah.
Totally forgot. And me and him are the same. I'm the same age as all these people now, so I feel like I can relate to it a lot more. A lot of the like junior account
Don
executives.
Don was supposed to be 36 in like season one, and it's like, what? Like he never looks at
Listen, that's a little young.
well, I know
Yeah,
he's supposed to not be his age. He's supposed to be a couple years off because of reasons, but
yeah. I think he's actually supposed to be like 40.
but or younger. I don't know because I don't know. They never say his exact age because you're not really supposed to know so much about him, and you figure out more about him over the course of the show. But
I mean, honestly, they really tell you everything you need to know by like the. I'm on episode 4 or 5, and I forgot just how much of his backstory is revealed in like the first few episodes. I actually thought the show was slow, and I think it just goes to show you how like the way you consume
yeah,
media and anything is so
everything.
much different. Like it's crazy. I was stumbling across a lot of like my old demos from like 2014 to like 2018, and I was like, wow, these are so different from something that we would make now. But they still sound like us, obviously, because it's still us. But it's interesting, and the same thing with Mad Men. I just remember it being so different than it actually is.
You know what I listened to today for the first time since maybe 2020, 2019? How are you? Guess
Mm.
what? That's a pretty good song.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. I listened to the original
Great.
demo of Florida today.
Oh wow, you got to send that to me. I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's Stepping Stone before it was Florida.
God, Stepping Stone, the title goes back that far?
Yeah, that's how far back it goes. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Stepping
I have with the original chords and all that
Stepping
back
Stone is
from
a song
2014.
Stepping Stone is a song that will probably never see the light of day, at least in its current iteration.
Yeah, maybe we'll put out a very dramatic. If we wanted to put out an instrumental of that song, though, it could be very epic. It's a very epic song.
Bluesy Bits would be a great instrumental. We're gonna have to. I'm really like
We have
annoyed.
hundreds of songs to finish.
I'm really annoyed that we're gonna have to put out Bluesy Bits eventually, just because it's just gonna feel like a complete. It's gonna feel like an accomplishment for us, and it's not actually something that I
Yeah,
care if it comes out, but I think it would feel nice.
put it out on cassette.
Yeah, Scott McMicken runs a cassette only record label.
Really,
Yeah, they just put records out and sell them on cassettes. That's the whole thing.
that sounds like a hard venture to make money on.
Oh yeah, it's a
I
hard
mean,
thing.
it's cool.
Matthew, did you
It's
get
cool, but yeah, go on.
what did you think about the Christmas card that was sent to you?
Okay, so I wish I actually had it with me right now, but so I will say, John, after seeing your Christmas card this year, I was very, very inspired, and I thought, wow, I'm really going to be accepted in God's light now
Mm-hmm.
after seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
What was the quote? Um,
Um,
it's like sometimes God has to.
no, it's a picture. It's an old Amish quote from like the 1700s, and it's something like sometimes God has to.
To mold you, he has to.
Oh, it's um to mold to mold men in His likeness. Sometimes God has to break them or something
Has
like
to
that.
melt. No, it's melt
Oh,
them.
melt
He
them.
has to.
Yeah,
He has to melt them.
yeah. We're
And
getting
then
mixed reactions.
I saw the picture of you and your other without makeup.
Yeah.
It was
Uh-huh.
great. It was very flattering, especially you. You look great.
Well, we wanted it to be as true as possible to ourselves. First Christmas cards are a big deal. That's going to be
Yeah,
a family tradition for us.
for me, I was more thinking about sending out like Christmas postcards from all different places that I'm not actually at, and just you know what I mean, just spice up the holiday. Places no one would ever go to for Christmas, like greetings from Guam. They have me with I'm posing with like a Guam Santa. I'm not with my family. My family they're sending separate Christmas cards without me. Or no,
Well,
they come together. They come together, but I have a separate one that comes in the same envelope, and it's just me in different spots. You know, I think that'd be great.
there was different ideas we had, like putting counterfeit money in it. Like people thinking they're going to get money when they open
Mm.
the card.
Hey,
Um,
John. So let me ask you a question, actually, real quick. What do you think about? There's been a lot of debate going around, a lot of controversy. I wanted to get your thoughts. Hitler, like him or hate him? Where
you
do
know,
you sit on this side of the debate?
the more research I did about this guy, I can't really get him.
Yeah, I really don't think he's that good of an artist. I don't know
Wait,
what the fuss
this
is.
is so Norm Macdonald had a great joke, and he goes, and it's a really long joke. I'm not going to tell it because I just won't be able to do it well. But he's like, he goes, it was like the weed episode of his podcast before he died, and he
Yeah.
goes, so on 420, a decorated World War One veteran was born named Adolf Hitler, and he goes into all his accolades for up until World War Two, and then after he gets to like the last thing, like invented the Autobahn or whatever the fuck, he goes, he really hated Jews, and that's the
Norm Macdonald's funny.
yeah. R.I.P. Norm Macdonald. Yeah, it's just really ridiculous that we're talking about this now.
Yeah, isn't this the craziest thing? So the other day, I was at work and I'm trying to mindlessly browse for a minute. So I open as soon as I open Twitter, I see a picture, a selfie of Kanye West and Alex Jones, and he's got the whole get up. He's got the whole mask
Yeah.
deal. Yeah.
A normal thing to wear.
So I didn't. So I was like, oh, just for shits and giggles, let me look it up. So I looked up Alex Jones Kanye, and they were live at that moment, and I sent it to John, and it was just the most like surreal experience of my life. I couldn't believe what was. I
I
was just
was
sitting there
sick.
like,
I was in a fever dream kind of when you sent it, and then I watched it, and I really almost didn't know if it was real or not. Like I was like,
yeah,
COVID's really. For a second, I was like, COVID's putting anti-Jewish thoughts in my head. Maybe the vaccine really is something weird.
yeah.
And I was like, no, it's not. This is real. Like Kanye is a fucking.
Could someone also send fucking Nick Fuentes back to summer school, please? Could
Oh,
someone
that
just send him there?
sucks.
What a
Yeah.
fucking dweeb that guy is.
He
Well,
was.
actually, I hate all those fucking people that are like, well, actually, well, if you look at this for part of the thing, and then they'll just talk up random policy for like at
You
light
know
speed ad
the
nauseum.
minute somebody says, well, God says, or the Bible says, or the anything, the Quran, the Torah, anything, but there any if any of your reasons for not liking other people come from a book that was written 3,000 years ago or whatever, I don't you lose all validity, and I don't want to hear a single thing you have
Yes, I
to say.
agree.
I mean, the fact that we're even like going, oh yeah, well that's his opinion, and it's these people that like want to take women's rights away, and I mean, there's people that want to ban interracial marriage and fucking same-sex marriage, and it's like because a Bible fucking mentioned it once, like it's just disgusting that we're living our lives the same way, or some people are living their lives the same way the fucking people 2,000 years ago did. That even like, I mean, fucking Zeus is I believe in Zeus more than I believe in the Bible at this point. And you're gonna have these fucking you're gonna I mean, there's people passing laws. Fuck Kanye. There's people passing laws that believe that there's a guy in the sky that's fucking I hate gays. Like, are we
Yeah,
fucking
it's the stupidest thing. It's the stupidest thing ever.
oh
It really is.
fuck out of here with that?
It's the dumbest thing ever. And
So
I feel like, yeah, reading the news and just every now and then I like to put on Fox News just to see what they're saying in fucking cuckoo land. And some of the stuff is just like it's gotten to the point where unless you've been paying attention to all like you're a habitual watcher, it seems so it just seems so crazy. You're watching it like, is this real? Like you watch the Kanye thing and you're like, you can't even believe it's real. Like, oh shit, this is what people really
yeah.
this is what some people really think. Like what what cycle of thoughts do you have to have in your head to be convinced? I don't know. It's ridiculous, like you're saying. It's so asinine.
You can't even
Especially
say
from someone especially from someone, it's like such a wasted talent, someone like Kanye West.
who I've said multiple times is, I guess was, I don't know. I mean, I love his music. Everything up to the Life of Pablo has been fucking my shit. He's had at least 6 songs on every album since he started. Before I didn't Donda I couldn't get through, and the Christian album I'd rather fucking piss in a bucket and I don't know, dump it out the window on my car than fucking listen to
oh,
that.
oh my lord!
But like man, it's so fucking annoying.
Don't forget
And,
about Ted Nugent,
and
All
another
American Patriot Ted Nugent too.
Lisa.
What another sack of fucking shit.
Oh,
All these
I
people
don't
are
even
big
know.
sacks of shit.
Kid Rock, Ted Nugent. Um, I just can't with these fucking hicks. These
So yeah,
nods.
it's yeah. I really don't like. Well, it's a personal belief. Like, get the
Yeah, go
fuck out of
fuck
here.
yourself up a tree, you fucking. there's
Life is about choices.
there's Republican words I want to use for these fucking stupid assholes that I'm holding back, but
Yeah, like cock and libtard and seriously, what a thing to be a human, a full grown human, and call someone a libtard and get validity from it. Like you feel good. Like, oh my god, what a sick
you got
what a
that
sick
guy.
burn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got that fucking guy.
I got that guy. I bet he goes home to his wife,
Oh,
and she ain't even one of he's jerking off alone at night.
I was in the Home Depot today, and that voice reminded me of this guy. He walked up to me. Now I'm in an Adidas hoodie with the hood up, and I'm also wearing my work pants and Nike sneakers. That's my outfit. And I'm my phone is in my hand like this, literally almost in my face, because I'm looking for a specific item that I couldn't find. And this guy walks up to me and he goes, "Hey, excuse me, where do I find garden hoses at?" I said, "I don't work here." And he goes, "Yeah, but where are the garden hoses?" I said, "I don't work here."
He
And he goes,
kept
"You
up
think
with
they're
it.
out there? You think they're out there?" And I go, "Maybe." And he goes, Can you leave out that way?" And I said, "I don't know." So then he walked into the garden area, and then it took me fucking 20 minutes to find what I needed to find. And I got the last fucking suction cups for the windows for decorations. And I'm in the Home Depot now. It's just self-checkout or customer service. There's no actual registers that I've seen, at least, that have people with the conveyor belts. So I'm in line, and the guy's in front of me, and he has his garden hose. The garden hose is about half of his height. He's a small man, and these two,
Sounded like it too. He sounded like a small person.
yeah, the two. Well, he's an asshole. The two ladies that are working the thing, they're going. They point to him, and they go, register one, and he goes. He looks at them, and he's just standing there with his mouth. He's a mouth breather, like that. And they go one, and he goes, "I don't know how to use that. I don't know how to fucking use that." That's what he said. Like that.
What a
And
real treat.
so this the little woman walked up, and you knew she wasn't gonna take no guff. And she goes, "Sir, scan the thing. Look, there's a gun, there's the hose. Look, do you know where the barcode's at?" Now he's like, "Barcode? I don't work here." Now he's saying he don't work here.
No, he's where you were at a few minutes
Yeah.
ago.
So now my whole thing, he was being rude. He was being an asshole. She goes, he goes, "I only got cash." And they were like, "It takes cash." And he goes, "What takes cash?" And they go to machine. And he goes, "Do I give you the cash? I don't know how to put this in the machine." And then I'm just standing there like, this fucking dude's holding me up. I was ready to scan his shit for
Fucking
him.
dudes. I could just imagine you standing there, just angry, just clutching your suction cups, just so upset.
I had one little item, and I was holding it like this.
You should have just started arguing with him.
Whoa, no, he goes past
Just
me
start arguing with him.
four times after he asks me where the garden hoses are at. I hear him down the next aisle. He goes, "Excuse me, you know where the garden hoses are at?" And the guy
He's
goes,
asking everybody.
"The guy goes, I don't work here." And he goes, "Yeah, but where are the garden hoses at?" And then I was just like walking away. I was like,
John,
it's like
that guy. Where are you? Where were you at? You were at Sears.
I was at the Home Depot.
Okay, so yeah, so that guy was probably in Sears for at least a good 2 hours before you even got there. You know that? Seriously, he's probably wandering around. Just I always like looking at people when they like if I am in a store and I get confused for someone that works there, I just like to look at I the first 5 seconds are very important because you have to look more confused than you've ever looked in your life. But somebody like what? Like you got to look at them like they're absolutely crazy. Like oh no, I don't work here, and
Yeah,
then
you
just
gotta
move
let them
on
finish
and
their
don't
sentence.
help them. Don't help them either. You know what you should do actually? You should make their shopping trip worse for them. You should steal their coupons. You should fuck with them. I like fucking with people. I like there was this guy that didn't I was driving and it's 2 lanes and then 2 lanes going this way and 2 lanes going that way. It's the way you take home to get on the Platte Bridge. So a guy is coming from the other way, like from the Navy Yard, and he wanted to make a U-turn to go to the Platte. So to make a U-turn, I'm in that left lane over there. He came this close to hitting me. So I look at him and he's like, "Sorry," and I'm just like, "Fuck this guy." So I just hold on to my horn and I'm just staring at him. And I'm like, "Fuck you!" Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's now become more fun to participate in society and just fuck with people.
Yeah.
It is. Sometimes it's fun to just mess up someone's name. Just, hey Blair, they don't know who they don't. It's great. Or it's fun. Maybe sometimes you can like get like a thing of Tic Tacs and you could just open them up and pour them all over like a counter. You know what I mean at the store. Like just fuck with the cashiers because they're probably you know what I mean. They make a lot of money and they're probably having a good day. Like they fuck them. They deserve it.
Yeah. I actually, I was going to talk about how I was fucking with this one dude today that I work with, but I was because then I started thinking about work and I was like, oh, I actually have news. I um could potentially have like a home run deal that I made on behalf of the company I work for. Like it
Oh
could be
shit!
like
It's
the end of
Mad
this week.
Men.
It's like Mad Men.
It's Mad Men.
Circles
You were in
around.
the meeting. You
I
were in the meeting.
I shaved off almost 2 grand of like their initial proposal for us, like that they sent to us. And I like so like if it goes through, I save the company like 2 grand, and I'm gonna get rid of the other contractor that we're using. I'm getting rid of them completely in one of the places. So it would be like it'd be a big deal because everyone for years they said they hated this uh group of contractors that we're using, and like I might get rid of the whole company in one of the sites. I'll be the first one
Hey,
that ever did
sounds
it.
good.
Yeah.
You're making moves. I like it.
Mhm. Oh,
That's a good thing.
I can't say this on the podcast. I don't. It's not.
Oh, that's fine. Some things are better. Listen, if Kanye West would have learned that lesson a long time ago, he'd be in much better shape.
You
There's
know
certain things you shouldn't say.
how where did he go? Remember, I mean, George Bush doesn't care about black people was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it was great. It was.
Scared the shit out of Mike Myers. I didn't even mind
Yo,
it. The
Mike.
fucking Taylor Swift shit. Didn't even mind it.
Damn it.
Fuck Taylor Swift.
Shoulder
I don't give a
disappeared.
fuck about her.
Listen, I think all that stuff was great. The problem is that he's a mentally ill person that needs help. That's
Yeah.
what the problem is. And don't get me started about the mental health crisis in America, because I could do 7 podcasts about that.
Mhm.
No, but it actually is really fucking shitty. It really is. You know though. It's one of those things. It's like, what do you expect anymore though? Like, people are fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah.
you go on any social media and it's just this like a cesspool of humanity. Like, it's so depressing. Social media is so depressing.
Yeah.
Like, it makes you hard to be motivated to want to go on it, because it'll be like, oh, this guy gets eaten alive by a hippopotamus. Like, it's just like these terrible videos. And then you have fucking Kanye West. You'll just be scrolling and it'll be Kanye West like, I love Hitler. Like, it's great. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. You
It's
know what's funny?
crazy. Where are all the great people? Like, where are all the great people that are like good and fucking cool that matter?
They're boring though. Let's be honest.
No, there has to be one. There has to be one fun one that can
They're
that can have like good shit.
you know, Katie Porter. I brought it up before. Um, she should run for president. I don't know. I think she's a congresswoman, so I don't think she's like in
Yeah.
the Senate or nothing. But she's like legit. I suggest everyone that's watching go look up some Katie Porter highlights. They're almost like athlete. They're almost like highlight reels. Like some of the shit she does, like during like a deposition against Republican leaders or something. She'll just go on with like she'll bring props. She'll have bags of rice to show how much money they actually have compared to like the average, like their average constituents. She's lit. You gotta
Katie
get
Porter.
order in your life. Um,
I heard she smokes black and milds too.
yeah, Bams.
In the
That's how I
Senate
used to.
or in the House of Representatives.
I used to love Black and Milds when I was 15, and because I was untrustworthy teen youth, um, we would have to use code words, and they were the easiest ones because they were just BAMs.
Yeah. Everyone thought you were talking about you were going to go home and watch the Bam Margera's show on MTV. That's what
Mhm.
everyone. That's what everybody thought.
Talk about a crazy guy. Ain't he crazy?
John, I'm going to be honest with you. This might come as a surprise. I don't really know much about Bam Margera. I don't know too much about. I don't know too much about. I stopped keeping up with him back in like 2007.
You know who's killing it right now? Steve-O.
Steve-O is doing great. It's so great. It's so great to see. It's so great to see
How do you blur
male
out
celebrities.
back?
How do I blur out my back? There's 3 little dots in the corner next to the mute thing, and you click on them, and it says blur my background.
I don't see it.
Of course, you don't
I'm
see
sorry
it.
to cut you off. I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
What was I saying? It's so good to see male celebrities that get their shit together and are good. There's like, how many examples of good men are there in society that are publicly displayed? Like, all you see all the time is fucking terrible dudes, awful fucking men all over the place. Is this now the John Learns Zoom cast?
No, no, I had to download it. I'm not doing that. But I do
Yeah,
have
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. My internet's too slow anyway.
I do have a green screen. I have a green thing that I bought for us to use that we haven't used yet. So maybe one day I'll be in like Bermuda or something.
One day we should both wear full green outfits besides our faces, and we could just be flying around in the
Shout
sky.
out, shout out to Houseplant.
Shot out. Shot out.
Is that what I said?
He said shot out. Oh,
I can't win either. I'm saying things.
back to your shout out to
Houseplant band.
House Plant Band.
They're the kings of. They might be the kings of. They might be my favorite social media band that we know. They are everything they do is fucking hysterical. I mean, from like writing like legit like anthems about frogs to like green screening, like going to like festivals, and he's dressed complete. The rest of the band's dressed normal, but he's green screened completely. And oh man, they're great. They did a cover of they did a cover of Alive, or one like they did a cover of a Pearl Jam song. I forget what it was. And they were in like a legit studio. And instead of like doing a legit cover because they were in a studio, they had, I don't know if it was an impersonator or it was a what do you call it when you press the button and they, it's like we used to prank call people with it, remember? We would have different,
A voice changer?
no. When you have like recorded audio of people, what they said, just their sentences.
A soundboard.
Yeah, they had an Eddie Vedder soundboard, and halfway through the song, the drummer stops and he's like, Eddie Vedder's calling. And they're like, what? And the cover sounded great. And they just, oh, I think it was Even Flow. And then they just stopped the cover dead in its tracks. It's halfway through. And they have a fake conversation with Eddie Vedder from sound. And none of it it's not like he's like saying hello. It's like he's like my Uncle Jack was being real weird one day. And
It's
really
just him being Eddie Vedder.
Houseplant band.
Oh, I did, John. The other day, I popped out an impression that I've never done before. Oh, it was Howard Stern. He was talking to someone. He interviewed someone recently.
He had Springsteen on. Was it Springsteen?
Yep, it was Springsteen. I did Bruce Springsteen randomly on the phone the other day.
Do you have it, or you're not comfortable yet with it?
I think I have it. Give me what's a good question that Howard Stern? I'll try and I do a bad Howard Stern, but I'm going to be Howard Stern interviewing Bruce Springsteen.
Wait, I'll be Howard Stern without doing an impression, or I'll try to do an impression. That's terrible. I can't do an impression.
No, Howard Stern. If you want to get real, you got to get real deep. It's hard to do unless you have one of those.
I don't know. I don't listen to him. I would be Opie. I'm an Opie Anthony boy.
Well, Bruce, ask me a question. What's a Stern like question?
Um,
you must have seen a lot of tits.
I cried during Thunder Road when I seen it live. How'd you write Thunder Road?
Be honest, Bruce. Have you seen a lot of tits in your life? Have you seen a lot of tits? Been around a lot of tits? Well, Howard, I've been around a lot of tits, but when you get back into the studio after a long time, you really find yourself again, and you find a way to become whole again. And that's just the process of making a record. And when you've been with friends, it was me and Stevie, and he was doing The Sopranos, so it was hard to get around. But yeah, that's how we wrote Thunder Road.
Matthew, I think we're coming to an end.
We're wrapping it up. Faith and Vain's out everywhere, everyone.
Faith and Vain, our Christmas song.
Go listen to it. Stay tuned. Stay tuned to more Mack Brothers podcasts. Stay tuned to more Faith and Vain.
We have shows.